Give you a 3, a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games, old and new. My name is Tyler Everett. I am joined once again by my camping compadres, the three amigos.
There's 4 of us.
There's right. It's fine.
3 plus 1.
3 plus 1. Yep, I was including myself and then plus 3. It's fine. Aaron Kring's with us, everybody. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Tyler.
Also, Brian Maxwell.
Hey, people.
He's right there. Here
he is.
We got. Nope. Oh, I practiced this beforehand. There's Luke. He's right there. There's Luke. Luke Phillips, everybody.
Right there.
There he is. Yeah, we were trying to do like a Brady Bunch thing earlier where. Nah, it's fine. If you're watching on YouTube or at twitch.tv/questlogcast, this was all a lot funnier than if you're listening on a podcast or audio device.
Is it though?
No, it's really not. You're right, Luke. Welcome back. It's episode 95. It's been 2 weeks. It's good to be back. I think
camping sure was cold.
Camping, yeah.
It was.
We could have done maybe a week earlier and been
better.
Seeing some sun. I think we must have summoned some kind of rain god because it has been raining nonstop for like a week straight.
That's on me.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah.
I often wish for the rain. Don't get it, so
Do a rain dance.
we're getting it. Yeah.
You bless the rains.
Down in Michigan.
Down in Lexington. Yep.
Yep, it sure has been wet, but camping was fun. It was good to get away for a few days.
Tyler.
Hello. Yes.
You got a little tipsy.
What?
Just a
Huh?
little bit.
Yeah, it turns out that...
Do you have anything to say for yourself,
Well,
sir?
I found out something about myself. Guys, it's that if you bring Fireball whiskey to the campground, I will drink it.
All of it.
I drink it up.
There it is.
It was a fun night. It was fun, good time. Yep, had a lot of that. And then a random guy from another campsite was like, "Hey, you know what? It sounds like you guys need some moonshine."
Yeah, he was like, "It's my birthday. You guys have some moonshine."
Yep. And I think normally I wouldn't have accepted a random cup of liquid from a stranger, but whatever. It wasn't like I was, in a unsafe place. It was in the middle of the woods, miles away from my home.
I don't know,
fine.
Tyler. Brian and I helped you to the bathroom, and then when you were walking out, there was a very small step, and it looked like you were going to tumble over and die from that teeny tiny little step.
Like you guys have the height leverage, so I feel like there's some physics helping you out at work there. But there were some times where I felt like there's nothing you can do to stop this. This train's going into the dirt. And you did good. You kept me going. I got no bruises, no scars.
Well,
At least not physical ones. There you go. Yeah, it was a good time though. I enjoyed myself. We went and watched a foosball game at a pizza place. That was pretty.
Is that
good.
your first football game, Tyler?
You're adorable. No, nope. But our buddy Vito really wanted to go, so we did that and gave Luke and I an excuse to explore Lexington and catch pocket monsters around town. That was pretty good.
Pants monsters.
Yeah. We did a raid, Luke.
Yeah, we did. That's your second raid, right?
I think that was my first successful one.
Oh, successful one.
I think I hopped into one to complete a quest or whatever and just like failed it because I was woefully outmatched. But yeah, I think 2 weeks ago I said either expect me to have uninstalled that or be all in on it by this time. And
I fully expect it to be uninstalled.
I did too.
Tyler, will you please uninstall it?
No,
Please.
no. In fact,
It's got.
I have an alt account as well now.
I uninstalled it, Crank. Don't you worry. I got it.
Thank you, Brian. Thank
I
you for being
installed it
sensible.
And went through character creation twice. And I got into the game and it said, lost GPS signal. And I said, fuck this. I'm done.
To be fair, I don't think that matters much. I think that like I noticed that happens on the Android phone like quite a lot, and it just fixes itself 2 seconds later.
Yeah.
It's not actually an impediment in any real way, but you know.
I was being held prisoner. So I
Okay.
decided to install the game because there was nothing else for me to do.
I know that game. The being held prisoner one. I actually know both games. I know both of those games. Yeah. I saw Kat's playing it. I sent her some digital gifts. You know,
Some burbly boops.
yeah, yep. Send her some balls. Send her some stardust.
Snozwangles. Yeah.
Some, you know, some of the stuff she needs. You know, help her get through the day. Anyway, yeah, I'm Luke. We did a Mewtwo raid.
We did a few of them.
We did a few of them. Yeah, I have 2 now. It was good.
You have
You
2
showed me.
Mewtwo's?
You showed me. Yeah, I did have 2 Mewtwo's. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Luke has 17, I think now.
No, I've got a few more than that now.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. It's good. It's a good thing to pass the time. It's still a good thing to walk the dog with.
How much money have you spent on it yet?
None. Because
So you're not all in on it, because the Tyler I know that was all in on it would have spent probably about $1,000 on that game by now.
Here's the thing. There's no way to make your dolly look cool. It just doesn't exist. So
He's right.
it's all
Clothing
bad.
options suck.
They're all bad. There's 0 beards. So
Yeah.
I just
You
went.
get a lot of beards in the Pokemon world.
No, nope. I can wear a Magikarp on my head though, so I chose to do that. I found that in the absence of being able to look cool, I'll go for ridiculous instead. So, yeah, that would be the only thing that I could really spend money on. I mean, you can spend money on like balls and stuff, but there's a real large supply of those. Not far.
Balls for days.
Just balls for days. Yep. I found you can acquire them pretty easily. So
See, that's what I've been saying.
just takes a
It's
little.
like the basic
5-minute
supplies are
trip.
pretty easy to get.
Yep.
Where is this supply, Tyler?
Down by the
Down
water.
under the bridge.
Down under.
You gotta
I
just-
just
Yeah,
got to
who's
go
your
down
balls
under
guy?
the bridge. Yeah.
You just gotta go down a little bit. Get your
old,
balls.
good old Tom Sedison gets me set right up every time.
Yep.
There you go. That's all you need. That's all I've ever needed. Other than that,
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's
yeah.
I'm
glad
not.
you came out that one day.
Why are you not? What's the matter, Kring? How did I hurt you?
I don't
Cream
know.
doesn't like to see other people happy.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. Well,
That's it. That's what it is. Luke's got it. He nailed it.
no, it was neat. I don't know. I'm enjoying my time with it. That's all. That's
you
all.
got
I
the
can
chance
say
to
right now.
see the player base come together as a group to
Yeah.
finish the raid too.
Yeah, a real life raid is kind of a neat thing. Like, there's definitely elements of it I don't like, but overall, it's
Like
it's,
what?
Well,
You get all types of people.
yes, can confirm.
The whole spectrum of people.
That is very true. Anyway,
There's a wide range. You get people that are
Yeah,
more
sure.
hardcore,
Yep.
and you get people who are more casual, and then you have people in between.
Good save, Luke.
That about covers it.
I'm trying to remain in the middle for as long as I can. Until you find
With
me,
two
you know,
accounts.
like, yeah, with 2
Yeah,
accounts.
remain in the middle with 2 accounts.
There was a thing that happened on the alt account where there are things where shiny versions of them can show up. And what that means is, I think like the holographic cards that used to pull out of the, you know, out of the decks of cards. It's kind of like that. It's like a
foil cards.
yeah, it's like here's a 1 in 400 chance to encounter a shiny version, and it's basically just like a different color. But they're super rare. And on the main account, I had just tons of supplies for days. On the alt account, the new one, I had just run out and encountered a shiny Pikachu or something. That's right. It was a Pikachu because it had the dumb hat on. That's right. And yeah, I sent a screenshot to Luke, and he was like all jealous that I saw it. And I was like, no, look at the bottom. I'm straight out of balls. No balls to be found.
How? So that doesn't explain why you have an alt account.
Well, I have a work phone and I have a regular phone.
Luke, do you have an alt account?
This is all about Tyler right now.
Luke,
Let
do
him
you
finish.
have an alt account?
Let Tyler finish.
Do you have an alternate account?
Yes, he does.
How many of them?
One.
Yes. Here's the thing. You know, when it's raid
No,
night,
there's no thing.
I would say think back to your WoW days, Kring, but you don't have those. But
No, I don't.
You know, sometimes it's hard to get people all together in one place to do a raid. Like, say a raid normally takes 3 people, but Luke
Think
and I
back
show
to
up.
Tyler playing Heroes and trying to get all the special goodies. When it was invite your friends times.
Yeah, think about that. Yes, Brian.
Have you at any point been holding a phone in each hand?
Yes. Double fisting them phones, Brian.
God, I hate you so much. Go on.
Brian, you know what's even worse? I can guarantee you for a fact, both Tyler and Luke have been in the exact same place at the exact same time, double fisting their phones
Not
while
yet.
standing right next to each other.
That actually hasn't happened yet.
That has not happened
I
yet.
don't believe you.
It will.
Well,
never
at
will.
some point. it
It's
will
going
happen,
to happen. But
but it has
yeah,
not yet.
yeah, that's what I was getting to. You know, Luke and I could roll up to a 3-star raid together, 4-star raid. Normally takes, you know, I don't know. Luke, help me out here. 4 people, 5
Go
people.
on like 4 minimum.
Yeah. Now we can duo it. We can duo sloop that raid.
So instead of contacting people in the outside world and trying to come up with 4 people to do the
Yes.
raid, Tyler and Luke will instead just continue to be the shut-ins that they are.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in now. I apologize.
It's a thing. You know, hey, it's also a separate account that I can be like, here, daughter, you want to play with me, and I can hand her my work phone and let her play if I want to. This one I don't really care about as much, and yeah, I'm already doing the walking, man. I'm already walking around. I got 2 phones.
What level is your alt account?
14. What's yours?
Tyler's alt account is higher than my main account, my only account.
Yeah.
Then I quit.
What's yours, Luke? 27.
19.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. There's your weekly update. No, but it was cool to, like, I rolled up at a place, I messaged Luke, I'm like, hey, you still in town? He's like, yep, come meet me down at the park. So I go down to the park, hop in his car, and we start rolling around doing, you know, getting on Discord and meeting up with people to do the big crazy Mewtwo raid. It was kind of neat. It was neat to do.
Yeah, it was a good time. I liked it.
And I still might uninstall it next week because you just never know.
Yeah.
No, Tyler, we don't believe you anymore.
Yeah, probably not. I think I'm in. I think it got me.
believe
I got a weird.
Until it gets colder.
I got a weird water dog, man. It's got Ariel ribbons and stuff. Like
No,
some of this stuff is just
No.
weird and cool.
no.
All right, Kring, whatever.
Just-
What'd you play this week, Kring?
Boy, I can't wait until he talks about his games.
Yeah, what do you want to play? What are you playing?
So there was a moment where Tyler was over at my house before we went camping,
Oh yeah,
and he played the Spider-Man.
I did.
I want
get
to talk about
play that.
Spider-Man more.
I did get to play Spider-Man. Yeah,
Tyler, what'd you think?
sucks. That game sucks.
All right, well,
should probably
PS4
return
is
it.
dumb. Spider-Man
Luke, I
is
see you played
stupid.
Sea of Thieves.
No, I'm just kidding. Spider-Man.
No, I
is
uninstalled Sea of Thieves. It's garbage.
No, Spider-Man is awesome. That game is really, really good. And yeah, I don't know, man.
Is it really good even with reduced puddles?
Yeah, man. I didn't even notice any puddles. I just
Well,
noticed
That's why it's awful.
swinging through.
See, I don't know why people were bitching about a puddle, because you spend way too much time swinging and zipping around the skyline to give a shit about a puddle. You're not on the ground hardly ever.
Because of the internet.
Yeah, I think it's more of a principled thing, but yeah.
Yeah, you see something that was there and then it was gone the next time you see it. And where's my thing? Where's my puddle?
Yeah,
I'm paying for
we said
puddles here,
before,
man.
I'm
Don't be holding out on them puddles.
I'm not as upset when it's purely graphical things, whereas like when we talked about before with Watch Dogs, like the gameplay completely seemed to change from what it was before.
There's a difference for sure.
Yeah, there was a difference there than. I mean, this was just graphical.
None of that matters because there is a spider suit ability that you can unlock called quips, and it just makes him do quips when you hit a button. More quips.
Yeah. Normally, you get this every suit you unlock comes with this special ability. Like there's one that will turn gravity off, or decrease it for a little bit, so you'll kind of, you'll hover and fall a little bit more slowly for a bit. There's lots of other ones that will allow you to block all damage, that kind of stuff. They're power ups. This one is you unlock a vintage comic book looking suit. It looks like it is hand drawn, like from the comic
It's
strip.
like
exactly.
cell shaded. It's great.
Yep. And the ability for that is that you hit it and he just cracks a joke. It does nothing gameplay wise. He just cracks a joke, and it's fantastic. It's my favorite thing.
It's real good. And honestly, that suit made me want like a whole Spider-Man game that is that style, like comic book, cell shaded, hard black outline on everything. It looked really good.
An animated movie.
Yes,
trailer
it's
for
like
an
a
animated
3D
Spider-Man
3D
good, like
animated.
like a multiverse.
Yeah, I think it's called Into the Spider-Verse or something like
Spider-Verse,
that. Yeah, it looks great. I would be way into a game in that style too. Like that whole art style is real good. But yeah, it's like Kring goes. I remember we were playing through, and I played through like the very first intro thing, first boss fight, and all that. And Kring's like, "Okay, yep, you're gonna die at this part. This is the part where you die," and I didn't die, and it felt so good.
It helps when you have somebody sitting next to you though, telling you what you have to do.
Yeah,
to not die.
But I also did do it on a harder difficulty than you two, so just get good.
Yeah, because I'm a filthy fucking casual.
Good.
I also played the dog shit out of Spider-Man 2, and this borrows heavily from that. Like the combat is obviously way better, but there's like a certain rhythm to it that they kind of kept, and it's also very similar to things like the Arkham games and Shadow of Mordor. So I'm kind of used to that whole Assassin's Creed, third-person counter-based stuff where you're dodging and whatever. So
I could see that because in my mind, but I haven't played Spider-Man 2 since Spider-Man 2 was a new game.
Uh-huh.
So in my mind, like this new Spider-Man game plays exactly like I remember Spider-Man 2 played. But
it doesn't. But
I'm not going back.
It doesn't. But there's enough similarities to where like I could, I think you said something. I was using the zip pull thing a lot more than you were at first. And that was definitely a thing in Spider-Man 2. Is like you would combo your web abilities together and like try to chain.
Yeah, see, what I did a lot of was I would hit people and then dodge away and like dodge kind of into the next guy. Whereas like you would hit him, he'd fall, and then you'd hit the web zip button and just pull yourself over to that
the
guy.
other guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I used to play Spider-Man 2, and. God, I would love to. I'd love to have a PS4 and play this game to completion, and someday maybe that'll happen, but it is not this day. But until then, Spider-Man is rad. What else did you play, Kring?
Well, I got that. Excuse me, I got that 2DS XL.
Yep. Did you have that before the trip? I think you did.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I got it the week before the trip. But instead of playing one of those fantastic new 3DS games that I got for it, I did some virtual console stuff and started playing Mario Tennis.
Okay. All right.
From the Game Boy Color.
Mario
because
Tennis
I have been
from the Game Boy Color. Okay.
When I played Golf Story a year ago, I talked about how great that was because it was a lot like the Golf Story for the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance, and but I really like the tennis version better. So I really, really, really want them to make a tennis story. Because tennis is more my thing than the golf. And since they haven't yet, I have dipped my toes. Well, I've just gone in feet first. And I'm basically done with it now already.
I'm
Kind
very confused here. This is Mario Tennis.
Yes.
Why is there like just a kid with a backwards
Because,
hat and
Tyler-
like a Donkey Kong kind of adjacent looking guy?
Well, Tyler, you see,
Where's Luigi?
what we're doing here is, so the kid in the white backwards hat, that is the main character of the story mode, and you go to school at a tennis academy, and you are training to win the Island Open, which is what is going on in this video. I'm playing in the Island Open against and this is the championship match of the Island Open. And the dude with the spiky
Where
black
the fuck
hair,
are the Goombas, Krang, is what I'm saying. What's going on here?
they don't show up until after you win the Island Open, and then you get to go on a plane through a rainbow to go play Mario.
Spoilers.
Best storyline ever.
Spoilers. Yeah.
So
Spoilers on a 20-year-old game.
So hold on. So you got to play through a whole game as just Ted the fucking
No, this
backwards
is-
hat kid until
Hold
you
on.
see a Mario?
Is
Hold on,
Mario
there
the
is-
referee?
No. No, clearly not. There is
Clearly not, Brian.
Clearly not. I
You,
don't see it.
you sniveling ass, you boy.
Tyler is really leading into the will be blood today. Did you watch it recently? Is that what's going on?
I
here?
watched some clips. Lucy.
Okay.
You're just a bastard from a basket.
Where were you, Eli? Daniel.
Tune in next week
Daniel
for
was the
more-
chosen.
There will be blood quotes.
Anyway,
No, so they you can play as Mario characters, just in exhibition games at first. The story mode is the main
Can you play
draw
as
here.
Birdo?
What was that? Can you play as Birdo?
Yes.
I think you could on the 64 version.
Shy guy?
No.
Hammer
But you-
Bros.
It's kind of a deal breaker.
However,
Like a Shy guy.
however, Brian,
Can we get Shy guy?
Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64 was the introduction of Waluigi.
Is there Shy Guy DLC?
So I don't
Good
know.
question. The expansion pack?
There isn't
If I
one.
pay extra, can I get a Shy Guy?
How come you didn't get the 64 version then?
Because he's playing
Because
a
it's a
2DS.
bad console.
Wow, shots fired.
I had the 64 version as a kid, but the 64 version does not have the story mode, which is the part that I like the most about these games. I don't give a wet shit about Mario and his tennis ability. I care about
The game's
playing
called
through
Mario
the story.
Tennis, not backwards hat, red face
No,
kid.
I don't
It's just
care about Mario.
Why
Fall for
call
the
it that?
marketing.
Call it tennis with Mario at the end.
Because
The game.
It would give away the story.
Is there a story?
Yes.
Yeah, we just went over it.
You got to go through
do
the
the
rainbow.
That's a
Tennis,
real
the Rainbow Island tennis, and then you're Mario. Were you listening to the dude's story?
And then you become him. You become the Mario you've always
I am
wanted to be.
become
There's a story here, Luke. Okay, there's a story. It's no thinner than any
You,
other
you
story.
play
It
tennis.
cannot be denied.
Yeah, you just play tennis, and in Lord of the Rings, you just walk to Mordor. There you go.
Well, there were some eagles too.
Yep. You walk to Mordor and fly back.
Round trip Eagle flight. Hey, that's not the only story game that you played though on your thing, is it?
Yep, that's it.
There,
Forza.
you could also say that there's maybe a legend that was told.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe
I'm
maybe one that had some significance.
I don't
in the
want to.
past.
I don't know if I want to talk about it because I don't know if I want to eat any crow right now because I'm kind of full. I had a lot for dinner.
I got some
So-
crow right here. I'm ready to serve right up to you, Kring.
Yeah, I know.
A whole plate full of crow.
I
Look at all
am-
this I'm lousy with crows right now.
I am playing through The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I also got from the
Overrated, first of all.
That game holds up.
The
music,
thing that
though.
I always hated in the past about A Link to the Past, and still did this morning was I didn't like the music. I found it to be like kind of muddy sounding, and it's not. It was never. Anyway, what I'm realizing is I think it's because I've only ever played it on a handheld system.
Mm.
And never with headphones.
Clown.
Boy, this sounds like shit coming out of this speaker that's the size of a
Yep.
dime and 10 feet away from me. Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. There it is.
Well,
Just keep feeding it. Tyler, shove it on my
just
way.
fuck my shit up now.
So now you realize how wrong you were, right?
So, which part of the
Yes.
music? Which part of the music did you like
Music's
the
alright.
most?
When I was when I was sending you that clip, I was listening to the music from the Great Fairy Fountain, and
Some great music.
through my headphones, and I was like, "Wow, this is really fantastic. What have I been doing wrong?"
Does the pink hair bug you? Does the fact that
Pink
Link has pink hair?
Huh?
You didn't
What are you
notice?
talking about?
Look at his sprite.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Link has pink hair. That's-
I assumed it was red, that he was a ginger.
No, it's pink.
No, Is it?
It's like fuchsia. It's very pink.
I don't care.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he's a fairy elf boy.
He's a Hylian warrior.
They look like fairies hybrid with elves. They got
Yeah,
like they're
I mean,
tiny.
but look
He's
at-
teeny tiny and he's got pointy ears. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know that he has brown hair everywhere.
He was
else.
confused with a wood fairy
All
at the
right.
beginning of Ocarina of
Hey,
Time.
that's okay. I don't want to put any labels on anybody here. I don't, calling people fairies, calling people confused. I don't. Link can be whatever he wants to be.
2018, I
Okay.
don't think you can
Yeah.
use that term.
He's his own man, and he can do what he wants. All right. If he wants to have pink hair, he can have pink hair. He just need to be confused.
Yeah, I
about
don't
pink
care.
hair.
I'm not here to judge
Oh,
him.
snap! You got the 300 right off the rip. Nice work. Anyway,
You're welcome.
this clip is showing my favorite zone of the game, which is the Lost Woods pre Master Sword. It is like if I could go anywhere and just live there for the rest of my life in a video game, I get lost in the goddamn Lost Woods from Link to the Past.
Pitch a
I just stay
tent,
there.
camp forever.
I'd just be
Little
there
animals
forever.
bopping around. out
Little
there.
animals. The moment
Got the kind of fog.
Yep.
Just need
rolling in.
deliveries of Fireball.
the music in there is like so good. It's this like piccolo flute, and it's just fantastic. Anyone who's played that game will know it's great. Anyway, Lost Woods. So anyway,
Master Sword doesn't run out of batteries.
yeah, your Master Sword
Perfect.
doesn't run out of batteries. You find a crazy mushroom. There's all kinds of great stuff that happens in there. Anyway, Kring, how far'd you get?
Got me. I went to Kakariko Village. Got yelled at by two different ladies.
More great music, by the way.
Yeah, great. It is a great song. I never really liked the this version before, but it's a great song.
It's the original.
That ain't the Master Sword.
Anyway, you got yelled at by a couple of ladies because apparently I kidnapped the princess, which fake news.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're really running a gnarly smear campaign against you.
Yep, exactly. Now I know how. Never mind. Anyway. So yeah, and then I went, and then they told me to go east and go find the old guy, the village elder guy,
Sahasrara
and I
or
went east
something
and
like
got myself, yes, Sarsaparilla.
that. Sarsaparilla.
So I went and ran into Sarsaparilla and got myself a pendant.
the
So
first
I got one pendant. That's what I got.
I'm happy for you, Cream.
That's where I'm at right now.
This is a great journey. I fully expect you to be done before you get turned into a bunny rabbit.
Yep.
Usually, last time it was the bunny rabbit that lost me. So
It's a
I don't
rough
know
bit.
if we'll.
It's a rough bit. Hey, all this stuff that you've been working for the entire game, guess what? You don't have it anymore. It's gone. You're a fucking rabbit.
Yeah, the whole rabbit thing is where I lost it
Pink
last
rabbit,
time. But
just deal with it. It's still one of my favorite games ever, and I play through it once every few years, and I'm due for another run.
So I'm gonna give it a legitimate shot. I think I'm gonna, even if I start to hate it, I'm going to play it through to completion. And
Hate it. Sorry.
it's the rabbit thing. The rabbit thing is where I really start to. Last time I was
You're
like,
not
okay,
a rabbit for a big long time, are
yeah,
you?
but I turned into a rabbit. Went, what the
Also,
fuck
you
is
gotta
this? And turned it
figure out
off.
how to get out.
You gain the ability to stop being a rabbit in the dark world very soon after.
You're right, but it was the idea of me being a rabbit that I hated. At all.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you're a rabbit. It's not like Twilight Princess where when you turn into something, you're a badass wolf who can,
with a stupid imp on your back that bugs you every 2 seconds. Yeah.
Imp is not the preferred nomenclature, Tyler.
What was she?
I think her name was Impa or something like that.
Didn't really follow through that one, did we?
No.
No.
What was her name?
Her name was
What was
Elfie, but don't call her an elf. Anyway, I think you're right.
Question.
Anyway. Yeah, Luke, go ahead.
How do you feel about buying a different handheld to play Virtual Console?
Not great.
Okay.
I feel not great about it, Luke. It feels real bad, but Best Buy threw a bunch of free money my way in the form of a gift card, so
Yeah, you got a good deal on it. It just
I mean,
seems
what was
a
I-
real
what
shame
else
that
am I
when
gonna
you
do?
have a device that could be a handheld.
Is it bothering anyone
Horse
else?
is good and dead.
Is it bothering anyone else that in this clip, this person keeps leaving like 1 or 2 pots unsmashed in every fucking room? It's
do that.
driving me in.
I did that on purpose just for you,
insane.
Tyler.
You didn't do this. Let's break
Yes,
that
I did.
illusion right now. This is some asshole.
No,
on
I did
YouTube.
this, Tyler. I did not. I don't steal content.
Anyway, it's just driving me insane. I smash every pot all the
I'm
time.
kind of there with you. Yep.
It's I don't know if it's a holdover from like other RPGs and stuff, because I know it's not really. I'm not gonna ever find anything great. It's just gonna be more rupees or hearts. But I mean, it might be a $5.
what if it wasn't?
I might get a $5 in there. There might be a fairy. I mean, it could be something.
Tyler always looks at a pot and goes, "But what if it's good?"
Yeah. I never leave
And
a
then
pot
decides to
unsmashed.
smash it.
Never leave
Yeah.
a pot unsmashed. You know.
Well, what if there's Fireball on it?
Yeah. What if? It's a big what if. Anyway, there you go. There's your link to the past minute. I'm just glad that you finally saw the light, Kring. That's all.
I haven't
To
seen the
enjoy.
light yet. I mean, I have turned the corner on the music.
All right.
The
Well,
the
there
game
you
itself, it remains to be seen. Because right now it feels like a top-down Zelda game. And
It
I've
is
played
that.
several of those and enjoyed them. That's not a bad thing. So
go. It is that.
It is literally a top-down Zelda game.
yeah,
It is what it feels like.
yeah. So
Played a little bit of that Sea of Thieves though, didn't we?
did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first night was rough.
Uh-huh.
Let's not talk about that one.
That's the one I got gameplay footage of. So
Let's talk about it.
Is it the part where we sink those guys and they tell us that the volcano's going to get us, and then we laugh at them, and then the volcano gets us?
it was. God, you have such a way of just ruining a good story. They didn't tell us the volcano was going to get us. We overheard them after we put them down to Poseidon. We heard one of them say, "Well,
Davy Jones.
all we can hope for is that maybe the volcano will get them." And we laughed and laughed and laughed all of our way to the island, and then the volcano spewed molten ash and fireballs into our boat and sank us, and we lost all the fucking loot.
It was a learning experience.
It was,
challenge and change.
We did not know that the volcano doesn't just hit you with like what we assumed to be cannonball shots, but like the big ones hit and they're basically fucking kegs raining from the sky.
It's like a meteor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
real bad.
And all of a sudden before you know it, you've got like 10 holes on your boat and you're scrambling.
There was kind of a funny moment because I think we ran into those guys again later, and I died and ended up on the Ferry of the Damned with them. And the one guy is like, "Hey man, why'd you have to do that, man? why'd you sink us? And I was like, hey, it's it's nothing personal, but we are pirates. We are after your treasure. He goes, yeah, I guess so. It was just kind of like a real, I don't know.
When you're right, you're right.
It was like, yeah, just kind of like, okay, well, have a good day, bud. Sorry about that. We went our ways, went our separate ways. But yeah, went much better last night, was it? God, my days are all blended together. I'm a little out of it. Yeah, last night we managed to get some loot, turn it in. We had a rough go at the end, though. We went to turn in most of the stuff, turned in all of our wood planks, and then the island starts erupting and effing up the boat, and we didn't have any planks left to repair it. So we just had to start sailing it towards the next outpost and bailing water out of it the entire time.
Yeah.
So it was just
that was
like,
fun.
point it in the direction we need to go, full sail, and then just all three of us are bucketing water out of this boat, trying to keep it afloat.
And then we all grab the loot right as we're rolling up and have a real Pirates of the Caribbean moment right at the end where it just sinks right before we get to the dock.
Sinks right at the dock. It was perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty entertaining.
It was a fun way to end the evening.
Yeah, I like the new update. I have some concerns that it might be too much stuff. There might be too much content added to Sea of Thieves, Brian. I don't know if you'd never expect me to say those words.
It's very, very difficult when you're trying to go to an island and there's a volcano raining down death upon you.
Yeah, turns out that's a hard environment to be in. But it also seems to split up the world in a very, like... The other regions are just kind of different visually. There isn't so much gameplay-wise that changes up the Shores of Plenty versus the Wilds versus the Ancient Isles or whatever. But this new region is, like, extremely different. Every island can start exploding with all these, environmental threats. And it seems to have kind of, like, separated the player base. I think we only ran into, like, one boat last night when we were playing, and it makes me wonder if people just went in, got everything they needed done for the event, and now they're going to just be off somewhere else until it's over. I don't know. We'll see. But
I'm hoping that they kind of tone some things down. One thing is, like, the range on the volcanoes is a bit...
It's absurd.
It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah. To the point where it can become impossible to get away. Like you're within range of one volcano, but then the one next door starts spewing in. Oh, you're within range of that as well, and you just gotta get the fuck out of the entire area to be able to be.
Last night there was 3 volcanoes going on at one time.
Yeah, and then we were within range of all of them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just sail to wherever we can go the quickest to get out of here.
Right.
Which really kind of interrupts the whole flow of your voyage.
Right, and I get that, like Meg and the Kraken can do that as well, but like they're little small events, and you can still sort of kind of continue on your way and not get thrown so far off course when you have those interactions.
Yeah, those kind of chase you around and kind of slow you down, but this is like, no, you need to turn and get the fuck out of where you are.
Right, and then getting back there might not be great, because now if to get back there you have to go into the wind, because you're going to use the wind to get the fuck out fast so you don't get sunk. So when you're going back, you're going to go back probably into the wind, and it's going to take you too long, and then the islands will start erupting again, and it's not great.
Some tuning could be used, I guess. Is all.
Yeah.
The steam that comes out of the islands as well seems to
the
happen
geysers.
way too much. Yeah, the geysers.
Yeah, it is kind of funny though to be walking along the beach and all of a sudden watch one of you guys get rocketed up into the air, or have it happen to myself. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
until it kills
too
you.
many of them.
Yeah. Again,
but
yeah,
it is fun to use them to kill skeletons, though.
Agreed. That's pretty good.
Like
works real well on those gold boys. Yep.
Yeah, gold skeleton wave, and just all right. I'm gonna lure them over here to this geyser, and all right, they're all dead. Cool. Moving on.
Speaking of moving on, Brian, what you been playing, man?
I'm just still working on Dragon Quest 11 and Heroes of pretty much.
Heck yeah. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I don't really have anything new to report. They're both
What's
what
the
they are.
what's the best new monster you've encountered in Dragon Quest XI? Did it involve vegetables?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing jumps to mind.
I encountered a Pokemon that I thought looked like it was straight out of Dragon Quest XI called a Spoink, I think it was called. It was a pig what had a spring under it, and so it was just a bouncy pig called a Spoink. Does that sound like it would fit in the Dragon Quest?
That would fit right in.
It led me down a path of like trying to find out if Japanese people had puns the same way that we do in their language. I spent more time than I thought I would researching that. Turns out they do.
And
Yeah, they do.
The translation, yeah.
It's different. Like it wouldn't be one to
Different
one.
puns.
Like Cruel Cumber wouldn't be a thing.
You're right, because
There.
the puns are based on the sounds the words make.
Right, just like ours. So,
Yeah.
like there was one. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly how it panned out, but their word for
Just the
bread.
Panda Bear bread one.
Yeah. Their word for bread is panda. Like it's two separate sounds, but they have one that's like basically, what does a panda eat? And the answer is bread. But because those two words sound the same, it's it's funny. It's a joke. Get it? It's hard to explain, but there you go. So puns are a thing in Japan, and great monsters are a thing in Dragon Quest. Heroes is always good and bad to us. It maintains the balance. We
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Brian, have you been doing much of the event?
The events. I'm done with it, yeah.
Are you done with it?
You finished
Did
it?
you struggle to get the Watchtowers portion complete?
I had that one active for a few maps before I got one with Watchtowers, and I finished it in one game. I got I think it was Sky Temple.
Oh, okay. Lucky you.
It turns out you have to win in order.
not-
Like those are all predicated
Yeah.
on a win
Yep.
usually.
It's not a real big deal. It's
There
a
you go.
3-week event.
Yeah. How many weeks into it are we? Did it just start?
Maybe
As
halfway
of
done.
yesterday, we have had 11 days. I think we only have 10 days left. I think we're halfway through.
I think.
I got a tombstone mount.
Oh, you surf around on a
Good to
tombstone.
see Yeah, get to see a bunch of cool skins I won't be able to get.
I was telling Brian yesterday. It reminded me a lot of Overwatch. There's all these cool Halloween skins, and I once spent $20 on a pack of loot boxes, and got 0 of the skins out of it that I wanted to, and I was like, that cured me of that whole
Yeah.
loop, I guess.
Yep.
Pretty quick.
Anytime
like-
you're spending money without
Yep.
knowing what you're gonna get, it's a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's the way to, and it's real weird too, because we've said before, like, we have all spent hundreds of dollars on skins and- on games, full blown games, right, Tyler? And consoles and hardware.
Things
You know,
of value. Yeah, for sure.
I personally have spent hundreds of dollars on skins in Heroes of the Storm and have not spent a dime since they switched to this new loot box system. I refuse to. I think Overwatch was doing it first. Like, that was what did it for me. Like, you spent money on those Overwatch to try to get those skins, and then you didn't, and then I showed up and just rolled one of the free loot boxes I got and got one of the skins that you wanted really bad.
Yep.
And it just, like, that is
Doesn't
dumb.
feel good.
No, it doesn't feel good.
But they brought
So-
back the old Halloween skins, and those are a little cheaper to craft, so I'm probably gonna build a Scarecrow Zol skin before the event's done.
It's a good one to do.
He's got a good voice. There's like a modulation effect on his voice that's really good on that skin. I like it a lot. Yeah, so yeah, Heroes of the Storm, get in there and get spooky. There's a spooky event going on. Get your spooky loot boxes while you can. Let's see. Oh, Kring, we didn't talk about Forza. Forza.
Forza. Oh yeah. So that camping trip was some not ideal timing with video game launches because I had Forza pre-ordered and all ready to go, and I could have gotten access to it that Friday and ended up waiting until we got back to play it. But I didn't end up playing it all that much as a result because I was super busy this week. So yeah, I went through and I got through the intro again, which is really just the demo. That I found the demo is identical to the actual game, which is nice. Because then I kind of got to go through that again because I really, really did dig that intro.
Like it leads you through the different seasons a little bit.
They did a real good job with it. But no, now they're kind of starting to give you a little bit more free reign. You're kind of trying to work from summer into autumn, and I think you're going to go through a full cycle of the seasons before it really starts to open up for you again.
I wanted to tell you, I saw, it wasn't one of these cars with the crazy spoiler, but I saw a McLaren something or other the other day on the road behind me on I-69, and it
What color?
surprised. It was red and black. Yeah.
Red and black.
Yeah.
How old?
I have no
You know?
idea. You're lucky that I was able to find out what kind of car it was. I just went, oh, that's a neat car. There's a neat,
Are we
expensive car.
Kring
You
probably
talking
cares
like
about this.
720S?
Huh? Kring, I
Like a
don't...
7?
Kring, look at me. Look at my eyes. I don't fucking know.
Are you sure it was a McLaren and not a Corvette, Tyler?
Yes, it was a McLaren. Yes, it was.
You sure it
Because
wasn't a Ferrari?
It's funny because I thought for a second I did think it was a Corvette when I looked in the rearview mirror and I was like, huh, that looks like a weird Corvette. And then it got a little closer and I was like, oh, that's definitely not a Corvette. Maybe it's a Ferrari. And then as it passed me going very fast, I noticed the word McLaren on the back of it. So no, it was
I
not.
was say
either
McLaren's
of those
actually
things.
saying McLaren on them.
Yep.
They do say McLaren on them, yes.
It do, and it did. So it was a McLaren something or other. And I thought you'd appreciate it. I was expecting to answer a million questions about it, but I should have known better.
I just want to know which one it was, Tyler. I just want to know.
Well,
It's not every day I get to see
Go ahead
Not
and-
every day you get to see a McLaren on the road.
yeah, I know. That's why I thought it was special and noteworthy. Here, why don't you describe every McLaren automobile, and I will tell you if it sounds like the one I saw. Ready? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I have a feeling I know about the range that it would have been in being in Southeast Michigan. I don't think you would have seen like a P1 or anything like that. Those are like stupid expensive.
sure ain't gonna be no P1, that's for sure.
Not in this neighborhood.
Why don't I just talk to you guys?
Probably
I don't know.
P3,
You
P4
never know.
maybe.
Yeah,
Probably
maybe.
P5.
Yeah.
Probably P5. It was a P5.
Kring, I'm with you. The P1's awesome, but you'll never see it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think it was a
P5.
570 GT.
Did you Google it?
Yeah.
You did?
Oh, yeah. These are chump change. Only $191,000. Come on.
You should roll that thing back to the dump you pulled it out of.
Yeah, it looks
It
like,
was a GT. Are you sure it was a GT, not an S?
no, I have no idea, Kring. I'm just saying that maybe it looked like it kind of.
Was it a convertible?
It was raining. I have no idea. It might have been.
Just
Well, they took their McLaren out in the rain?
Yeah.
Wait, this was this week?
Yes.
Why would they have taken that McLaren out in the rain? It's been raining all week. It's not like it's ever been dry this week.
We just
What are
don't
they
know.
doing? Luke, what are they doing?
so Tyler.
Yeah.
What have we learned?
I should never, ever again mention a car I've seen ever in person. Thank you.
But you know exactly what car it is.
I'm pulling up pictures of it for our video audience so you can see. It was a very cool looking car.
It was red.
It was red.
Yeah.
And black.
And it had some black on it too. Yeah.
P5.
2018 McLaren 570 GT. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm sticking with. I think it was that car.
Good looking car.
Yeah, it's a real fine looking automobile.
Anyway, so yeah, I
We go
kind of
next week to Grand Tour.
I felt like a NPC in a Forza game for a minute there, just watching it whiz on by.
You were an NPC in his Forza game.
We're all just NPCs in other people's life. You ever think about that?
Every day.
Yep. Keeps you grounded, you know? I'm just that merchant guy that's like, oh, you got any wood?
Do you go around asking that a lot?
Yeah. That's my job. That's what I was programmed to do. You know?
Wait, you're a merchant who's asking for wood?
Hello, adventurer. I need wood.
Got any wood?
Need you to fetch me 12 piles of wood from that there forest over there, because it's got the bears and I don't like them.
You're not a merchant. You're an asshole sending me on a fetch quest.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Can
merchant.
be both.
Yeah. Well, geez, sir, I'm just running this shop all day. I ain't got time to go fetch no wood. I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Anyway, hey, you know what that means? It means it's time for the
Oh,
news.
what does it mean,
It means it's
Tyler?
time for the news. Here it comes.
Good.
Oh man, it's the news. It's the news, and this week in the news, Mike
Tyler
Morheim.
got some wood.
I found wood for all the adventurers. Blizzard co-founder Mike Morheim stepped down as CEO of Blizzard, and J. Allen Brack of the World of Warcraft team is resuming his position as president. So there you go. Mike Morheim has been with that company like since it started.
Since the
He was
beginning, right?
Yep, he was like one of the 3 founding guys of it. So like over 30 years. So yeah, I don't know. It's neat. He's gonna stay on as like an advisor, I guess. I think I read. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that just means like he calls
He's gonna be
into the
there to help
board
out, but
meetings
have
and
no
stuff.
responsibilities.
Yeah, he goes and like if I'm Mike Morheim and I've got Blizzard fuck you money, I'm gonna go just buy an island and live there and just hang out for the rest of my life.
Sounds pretty good.
I think that's kind of what Metzen did not that long ago. He was just like, I'm just going to spend time with my young kids and not deal with this bullshit anymore. I'm not going to be
Buy
thrown.
McLaren.
Probably buy a McLaren, yeah. Drive it in the rain.
Maybe that was his McLaren.
Yeah, it might have been. It's a good chance.
Really tied that together.
Yeah,
All right.
I wasn't expecting those dots to connect, but here we are. Anyway, hey, you guys ready to buy a new Switch?
What?
A new
Brian
Switch.
is.
You want a new Switch,
Tell-
right?
Tell me why I need a new Switch. Sell me on the lifestyle benefits of a new Switch.
Oh, shit. I mean, don't you want a better screen and longer battery life and a more better version?
These are all alleged features. Not
Yeah.
alleged.
Yeah.
Nothing confirmed.
What if the majority of my time spent on the Switch involves me playing it on my television, plugged into the wall so battery doesn't matter, and the screen is my TV, so that doesn't matter? Do I need to get a new one still?
I would say that the new Nintendo Switch XL, S, DS would probably also come with maybe some more memory, some more onboard storage.
I have a 256 gig SD card in mine. Do I need a new one? Tyler, you got to sell me on a new one. Here.
This one's probably got more of the memories in it too and faster processors.
Thanks for the memory.
I would imagine.
I hope they don't go down the road of like more resources,
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm.
then now
getting
all
at.
of a sudden, hey, this new game that comes out is gonna
It's
look
the
better
Switch
on the new
Pro.
one. Right. I don't want that. If they want to throw a better screen, better battery life, and more storage, cool. I'd be happy with that.
Or even a complete redesign of like the physical aspect of it. Like when Sony in their PlayStation 2 they shrunk it down, and Nintendo does that. They'll like redesign handhelds and stuff and give them smaller designs or bigger designs based on stuff. But like if it's like the new 3DS and the new 2DS XL, like if you don't have the new version, it won't play some of the game. That
I don't think it'll be that
feels
drastic.
bad.
Yeah, I just don't want them fragmenting off the Switch to. Like, this one will have better graphics because it has more RAM in it.
All I hope is that it's got a better fucking kickstand on it. If it has that, then I might just trade mine in, get a new one. Because boy, I hate that kickstand. I'm just kidding. I'll just buy a case.
Perhaps an additional charging port that comes out somewhere not the fucking bottom so that the kickstand doesn't work.
There are improvements that could be made. There are improvements to the hardware that could be made.
Not wrong.
I'll probably reacquire a Switch one day.
Wouldn't
This is
mind
good
a
news.
wouldn't mind a more better version. Yeah,
Yeah, or like, the original version will be cheaper.
that's also true. That's also true. Hey,
Yeah,
you know what else is true? I'll tell you, Sony.
Give us some truth.
Sony eating some crow themselves this week, Kring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided that maybe being assholes about crossplay isn't in their best interest.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
This is the most soulless, empty, announcement that they could have possibly made.
It was something like, God, let me see if I can find their. I don't think this article has the exact literature about what they said, but they came out and basically were like, after doing all of our research, we've discovered that we can now offer the ability to play cross-platform.
Following a comprehensive evaluation process, SIE has identified a path towards supporting cross-platform features for select third-party content.
Yeah, there you go.
Get excited, kids.
Yep,
Boy.
comprehensive evaluation process. Yeah, there you go. For Fortnite, just for Fortnite.
The way that they wrote that is like the same way that you write a college paper that needs to be 10 pages and you've only got 8 pages done and you need to pad it out.
They I think there was some leak from some other developer or source or something that was like, whatever they're selling, whatever they're trying to tell you is bullshit. It's a checkbox. Like, they literally flip a switch and enable or disable this. And right now it's set to disabled. Like, that's what they have to do to change this process.
Good
Yep.
news, everyone. We found the checkbox.
All of it's because they couldn't find the manual. Like, it was like, fuck. I don't know.
Turns out Steve wrote down the password for that checkbox on a sticky note, and the cleaning lady accidentally threw it away, and we haven't been able to reset it because Steve can't get into that email address anymore.
That's
so
pretty good.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. So no, that's good. Apparently now, if you've ever played on a PS4, you can log in on other consoles and get all your content. And yeah, it's a good box to uncheck. I'm happy to see it. Hopefully, more to come. In other news, the Witcher author seems like kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I feel like this isn't the first time that I've read a headline like this. It's Witcher author threatens CD Projekt Red with legal action if it doesn't pay him more.
That seems like money was negotiated before you start making games based on intellectual properties.
It was. My understanding is they offered him like a percentage of the royalties, and he was like, "No, this is fucking trash. This isn't going to go anywhere. Just give me a lump sum now."
Oh, well then I guess you're kind of fucked.
And now the Witcher
Sorry.
series is one of the biggest RPGs in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy.
I'm gonna say that I can't blame the guy though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had
If
fucked
you
up,
have
I'd
this
want to.
franchise that
fix it
just
too.
exploded. Hey, I look into the option as well.
Yeah, I mean, when did the first Witcher game come? Like, when did these rights get? When did this negotiation take place? What
Early
time?
2000-ish?
See, like, gaming wasn't some little podunk, happy-go-lucky sort of thing. It was still a multi-billion-dollar industry back then. So I can't see how you would think.
Yeah, but
There would be no money to be
CDPR
made.
was like less than a dozen people in
Yeah.
Poland who had never really made a game before, and it's not a huge franchise in
Not wrong.
the U.S. at all. So
It wasn't necessarily a stupid decision at the time, but that's also, you made the choice and you lost.
honestly, I think he probably made the best choice at the time
Mhm.
based on the information he had.
I just feel like every once in a while, especially when a new game crops up, they go knock on that guy's door and try to get his opinion. And he's always like, "Man, it's not my game. It's not my thing. I don't have anything to do with it. They're just doing whatever." He just seems like grouchy about the whole thing, and it's probably because he got paid a pittance compared to what the money they're making off of his intellectual property. I don't know. Yeah, 2007 for The Witcher. That's when the first one came out.
Yeah, so
It's been
I don't
10
know.
years. It's been 10 years. Guys probably do a conversation at least about like, hey, maybe we could talk about some more money, huh? And I don't know. Suing people, I don't think is
read
maybe the way to
didn't-
do it.
didn't
PR's
it say that-
response though, and it was really well put.
What did they say?
They're basically like yeah, we're gonna sit down and talk, and we want to find an agreement that works for both parties. They were very diplomatic about it.
Wasn't
exactly
he
what I would say.
super shitty to them too when it happened? Like he just basically put it down as being like just this dumb thing that's gonna fail anyway. So give me money right now. Isn't that kind of how he sort of phrased it? So good on CD Projekt Red for being bigger people about it than he was.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's nice if you want to sit down and find something that works for all parties, but, you know, if he's going to sue, then it's just going to be like, oh, no, we're going to stick right to the letter of the law. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Any goodwill that was there is going to be gone, I feel.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Hey, there was you showed me a Harry Potter video, Brian. A leaked
Did you ever
one.
manage to see that, Kring?
I watched it about 1 billion times.
Okay.
It was taken down from YouTube,
Yeah.
but I found a mirror link to some weird site that
I
had
figured.
things in Russian on the side of it, but it was there.
Yeah, they said it was excuse me. A tweet from somebody saying that this was leaked footage from something called Harry Potter Magic Awakened or Magic Forever. And
Yeah, it looks like an open world Harry Potter game.
it looked kind of neat, I gotta say. The idea of, you know, making your own wizard and going through that world and casting spells at monsters and bad guys.
Based on what I saw, understanding that it is the early stages of this game still, we probably looked at it like an alpha build of the game, maybe even pre-alpha.
It looked like a trailer, not a build. It looked like a trailer for it.
Do you think so?
I mean,
It
Yeah.
was cut together.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm cautiously optimistic.
it looked
because-
it looked like a thing that you would show to investors or to, you know, a proof of concept
Right.
kind of thing, like like a sizzle
Right.
reel of sorts. It didn't look. I agree, it didn't look extremely polished or anything, but it's still, you know,
A lot of the movement looked kind of off.
kind of wooden. Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Kind of not great. So I'm like I said,
And
cautious about it.
That's
I
exactly
want
the kind of stuff you
to
spend
be
time polishing up.
I want to be all in on it right now, but I can't be because I don't know how that gameplay is gonna land necessarily. So
It's
I'd like
not
to-
even announced yet, so I don't think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it could still die. Although Warner Brothers really doesn't have a whole hell of a lot to hang their hat on right now, so
I'd be curious to see who's developing it, because people are saying it's not Rocksteady, and Warner Brothers Interactive could, like the actual Warner Brothers studio, could be making it. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be something to keep an eye on. I think that's a good universe to have a open world game in. Thus far, there aren't any great Harry Potter games, are there? No, Lego Harry Potter doesn't count, Kring.
Lego Harry Potter was fantastic, and you're wrong. um,
take that
the
back.
movie based games were always movie based games.
Yeah.
They were all right. I think I played some of them. That was like GameCube, PS2 era, right?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
Chamber of Secrets is pretty easy to find because I think that one sold really, really well, and it wasn't half bad for a movie based
It
game.
was a competent
Yeah.
action game set in that
Yep.
world.
Yep. It was not bad. It kind of it felt good at the time.
That was an era, wasn't it? Of just there's a movie and here's the game for it, and they all kind
Yeah.
of did the
Third-person
same
action
thing.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the Lord of the Rings games.
Lord of the
The
Rings had
Rings
some of
games
those
were-
too, where it's like, this is fine. I'm shooting orcs and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. I think I played through most of them, like just out of sheer curiosity, because I'm such a big fan of the whole series of books. I think I played through Order of the Phoenix, and it was, decidedly not great. Can't remember much about the other ones, but
It was a really
No,
good
Tyler.
book, though.
the Lego Harry Potter games were good.
Okay. That's fine. I'll leave you to it. Hey, speaking of things that aren't good, it's time for one of these. It's a topic. It is a topic, and the topic this week is guilty pleasures in gaming. Gaming guilty pleasures. Things that you're kind of guilty about getting pleasure from that are games. There you go.
Okay,
Really nailed it down there, Tyler.
got it.
Just wanted to clarify that in case you had any questions. Craig, why don't you start off? You're talking about, good games that are
Lego
also
Harry Potter and
Lego
stuff,
Harry
so-
Potters and stuff. So, yeah, why don't you tell us what your this came to us from our friend of the show, Vito. Vito, shout out Vito. He was with us in the camping trip. Brought this little discussion up, so we got to get this one live. If you want to send your own, though, feel free to do that. Mail at questlogcast.com is the place you do it. Send it on in. We'll read it on the show. We'll talk about it. That's how that works. So please do that. Anyway, Crane, what's your what's your deal? What are you guilty about with it?
What's with you?
Okay, sorry. I'm still laughing at that's how that works.
Just want to let people
All right.
know.
Harry Potter games.
Yes.
Harry Potter games. Any game around the Olympic Games. For
Yeah.
some reason, those are just a thing that I enjoy playing, and I will. Every time the Olympics come around, I'm always.
When's the
itching
next
to-
Olympics?
What year is it?
2018, year of our Lord.
2020 is the next Summer Games.
Where are those? When and where are those?
The 2020. That's when.
You don't know where? There's
Summer 2020. No, I don't. Hang on.
2020 summer. This is important.
2020 Olympics will be held in Japan.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because at the end of the games in Rio, Mario showed up. Because they usually do this in the closing ceremonies. They usually ceremonially pass the torch off to the new host city, and they had a dude dressed up like a Mario at the end of the closing ceremonies.
Mario got
in
the
Rio.
goddamn Olympic torch.
Yeah, dude, Mario. He's an important guy. In
He
Japan.
is Japan.
He is Japan. Yes, exactly.
It should have been Waluigi. No, it shouldn't have.
Guy can't even get into Smash. He's not going to be taking
Yeah.
the Olympic torch, Luke. I mean,
No,
anyway.
no, he's just a. He's
the joke.
not even real. They just created him so that Wario would have a tennis partner. That's really all it is. He's
Luigi's not real.
yeah.
It's not real. None of it's
Figment
real.
of our imagination.
Brian, what do you play that you feel guilty about?
Mine's probably Tiny Tower. I've played a shit pot of Tiny Tower. More than a person probably should.
You care much less about what other people think, so I don't know if guilty pleasure is like a
That's
accurate
Yeah.
description of anything that you would play. I don't feel like
I
you'd
think
ever
of a
feel guilty
pleasure as
about it.
something where it's like, this isn't very good. Like, I like this, but I can recognize this isn't
Yeah,
Right.
a good game.
like
Yeah, I played a shit ton of that one as well. And there was a Vegas version as well, I think, too.
Yeah,
And I played that one a lot.
it was fine.
It's the same
whole
thing with a
formula
bit more
kind of-
features.
Yeah, it kind of wore out its welcome by then.
those kind of
Those idle games.
yeah, those. I remember one time, Luke, I walked over into your cube when we worked in the same building, and you were on a phone call, and I was looking down. I looked down at your phone because your phone was going fucking berserk. Just like there was all kinds of shit going on your phone, and I kind of walked in and I looked a little closer, and I'm like, there's people fighting and shit, and someone's getting loot and stuff all on your phone, battling this big monster, and you're on a call like typing and not even looking at it. It's like when you hung up that call, I was like, what in the shit is going on your phone right now? Someone is playing. Are you like streaming something? You're like, no, I'm playing. What was it? Dungeon.
It was Tap Titans 2.
Tap Titans 2. Yeah. Yeah, and you're like,
played it.
I was like, what? So what? How are you doing that? And you're like, you showed me. You're like, oh, you just queue up everything and then
Tap the shit out.
hit go, and it just fucking plays for you.
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
There's a bit
All
more
right.
to the game than just that.
Not
That's
much.
the basic idea of it, though.
You're watching numbers in a database rise.
Yeah, it's like Cookie Clicker.
Mm-hmm.
You
Sure,
play,
yeah.
you reset the game, you get stronger, you get further. Yeah, I played that for a long time.
I've played a few of those too. It's it's usually a few weeks before. One day I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? And I delete it and I'm done.
Like
Or you get a
Pokemon Go.
just uninstall.
Mine is Pokemon Go. The moment that I realized it was a true guilty pleasure was after Luke and I got into the same vehicle and he drove me to the second Mewtwo raid of the day, and all the people from the first one were like, okay, let's all meet up there. And we all went over to the bank where it was happening, and we're standing in the parking lot and cars are going by, and we're all huddled around staring at our phones in the rain. And I look up at this bank next to us, and I see two people washing windows, just fascinated with what they're seeing in the parking lot below. Like, they're both, and I can see the smiles on their faces. They're just looking at us, smiling all huge. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was like, guys, there's people watching us right now. And I'm like, I wave at them, and they gave a little kind of, shameful wave back. And that's when I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
I had an occurrence the other day. I was doing a raid right around near the same area, and this guy got out of his car and was like, "Are you guys playing Pokemon Go?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I thought so. Like, there was a huge group standing here a few days ago too."
I was waiting for him to be like, fucking nerds.
No, he was totally cool and supportive about it, but like just people that don't even play just like now recognize the patterns of people and where they are.
You can spot it, like once you start playing, you can spot it a mile away. It's
Even
like,
if you don't start
people all
playing
their
it, you can
phones
spot
out.
it a mile away.
yeah, but even like if it's just one, like Luke and I were trying to drive by one of the other raids that like to see if anyone was active, and we're like, oh, is anyone there? Oh, yep, that chick on a moped there, she's definitely playing. Like, there's certain places people will stand near the gyms and spots and stuff. It's like, okay, yep, that person's standing in that spot right now at this time looking at their phone because they're playing that game. It's weird. So anyway, yeah, that's a total guilty pleasure. Another one that I thought back on, we were talking about this in the Hangout today. There was a game I played for the Nintendo GameCube called Aggressive Inline, and it's one of the worst games I've ever played.
You know, Tyler, last time I was getting my hair cut, your wife was telling me that you used to be real into inline skating. I'm like,
I was.
Like, wait, what are you? She's like, she called it rollerblading.
Yeah.
She's like, he used to rollerblade. I'm like rollerblading? Like, he went for, trips on his rollerblades? She's like, no, he used to, like, do all the tricks stuff. I'm like, Tyler was one of those people?
I just tried to find footage of this, and look what I found, you guys. Look at this review. This guy is just his fucking face.
What?
Standing in front of... What's happening? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, I was one of these people.
We can't see what you're looking at.
Oh,
Yeah, we can't see what you're looking at. So
hold
thank
on.
you.
All right, hang on. All right, let me fix this.
I can imagine it though, and it's beautiful.
Here we
It's
go.
a thing now.
This is,
The lights are not twinkling, Clark.
hold on, here we go. Let me start the review over. This is magical. There's a video of him wearing like a Doctor Who Cyberman mask, and then it cuts to him like it's like a whole thing. You gotta see it. Tune in to twitch.tv/QuestLockcast to see what the hell we're talking about. Anyway, this video game is a game about people it's trying to be Tony Hawk, but for people on rollerblades. And it failed miserably at that.
I think so did people on rollerblades trying to be Tony Hawk. if we're honest.
It was a lot of fun. Okay, I wasn't so good at skateboarding, but give me wheels on each foot and I did a lot better at that. I've always been a little huskier fella, all right? I was a lot less husky back then, but still, you know, fat guy on a board ain't great, but give me wheels under both feet and I did all right. Not quite as much as these guys are doing flips and shit, but you know, it was a fun way to get around town as a kid. And so they made a video game about it and I played it and it was really bad. Like really, really bad. Oh my god, is he gonna play the game standing in front of it? The video game? No, not at all.
No,
nope. Nope. I played it.
Buy it or rent it?
I rented it. It was a rental for sure. I can't find actual gameplay of it. Here we go.
You say you did not enjoy it?
No, it wasn't a good game at all.
Then how's it a guilty pleasure?
Well, okay. I remember being very excited like for the lead up of this game. Like looking up screenshots and like following the development of it online and stuff. And when it finally did come out, like it got canceled and like delayed and all kinds of stuff a bunch of times. And then when it finally came out, it was just really bad. But I think I played it to completion. Like I definitely beat it during the rental period.
That girl in the pigtails and the miniskirts skating ass first.
She's skating ass first, and she's got titty physics, and
I was gonna say the
it's
boob jiggles
really,
BMX Triple X.
really bad.
That's why the game was delayed.
Yeah, they had to really, really nail that.
This looks like
It's
she just like, you know, grabs onto a light pole and swings herself on around it.
You never did that when you were rollerblading, man. We did that all the time. I'm just kidding. No, that's not a thing.
Just Marty McFly that van there.
Her rollerblades catch fire at some point too and start shooting sparks out and stuff. It's fine, man. Like,
what I've noticed is she just coasts a lot. There's no like actual skating involved here.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad video game, but
It looks awful.
I played all of it though. I beat it.
You beat it?
Yeah. Yep.
I think that constitutes a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, that's why I put it on the list, because like I knew it was bad.
Spite. You were so hyped for it, and it was so bad, but you were not going to be denied.
It was like he was watching Five Armies.
I'm not gonna walk out. I paid the money. You know, I rented the video.
Down on his sadness.
I rented the video game. I'm gonna finish it, but yeah, I was very disappointed by it. It's one of the, you know what? It's one of the worst games I've ever finished. There you go. Aggressive inline for the Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, I'm glad that she's wearing a super short skirt so that when she falls down, you can see up it. That's real classy.
It was really, really obnoxious, wasn't it? It was a bad time.
It really is.
Attitude.
It was a bad time to be alive. Holy shit. Okay, I'm cutting it. I'm cutting the video off. I can't even have it on here anymore. It's that embarrassing. There you go. Hey, there's our... Wait, did you tell us yours, Luke?
No, do I get to go?
Yeah, you get to go now. Sorry.
Can I have a turn?
Yeah, you can have a turn.
My guilty pleasure was No Man's Sky.
Yeah?
When everyone was shitting on the game. I loved it. It was great.
You got to do your mining. You got to do a little exploring.
It was relaxing. It was great. And now that it's been updated and fantastic, I hate it. So.
People are raving about it, and you get to be the cool hipster who's like, psh, liked it better when it sucked. I liked it before it was good.
To be fair, we all feel kind of the same way about Rust.
That's true. We are
Yeah, you're right.
hipster Rust guys now.
Yeah.
Start adding content and...
Maybe there's a thread there. Maybe we just like games without any content.
Soon we're gonna quit Sea of Thieves.
You guys keep making this game good, and we're out.
Bullshit. Rare, it is time you stop adding content.
It is. It's that time. It's also time for us to stop adding content. So that's going to do it for this week, everybody. That's episode 95. You can find more at questlogcast.com. You can find our shows on iTunes. You can find them on Stitcher. You can find them on SoundCloud. You can get all that, all those links.
Stitcher.
Oh, that's right. Stitcher sucks now. I'm
Stitcher's
sorry.
bad.
Yeah, Stitcher sucks now. Don't find us on Stitcher. I mean, do, but like, don't be excited about it, I guess.
Dude, but only
Feel-
feel
feel
like
little-
I felt about
Feel a little bad about it. Yeah.
feel like Tyler felt about aggressive inline.
Yeah, feel ashamed and feel like you're hurting the little guy just a little bit, but still, like and subscribe and do all that stuff. Anyway, twitch.tv/questlogcast, that's where you can find the show live every week. You can email the show at mail@questlogcast.com. And thank you to Visager for the music that you get to hear on the show every week. You can find more Visager stuff at visager.us. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for sharing your embarrassing stories. Get more of that next week when we return for episode 96. Have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.
Take care.
Her titties really were just all over the place, though. Like, it was distracting how much they put into that.
Brian, I trust you will leave that little bit there at the end of the show.